Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to be talking about 5 vinyls that are kind of Halloweenish, or like around the season of Halloween, and they'll be in order from least scary to most scary. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Yeah, guys, so for the first album I picked, for number 5, I picked Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. Now, gotta hear me out for a second, okay? Yeah, I know this album cover is bright, yellow, very, tame, calm-ish, you can say, that, you wouldn't think it would be on this list. But I think it's on this list because of, like, the lyrics and stuff, or, like, the meaning behind the album. The meaning behind the album is about Tyler Creator opening up a little bit more, talking about loneliness and like self-discovery. And yeah, like songs like See You Again and 911 / Mr. Lonely. Those songs, they talk about deep stuff. And it might not be, scary as in like, the beats and stuff, but just like the lyrics and the meaning behind the whole album is why it's on this list. Anyway, let's go to the next album. Yeah, guys, at number 4, I got Eminem's The Eminem Show. Now, just hear me out, okay? The whole album has, like, a dark energy to it, And, in the album, Eminem talks about, like, guilt and rage and, like, juggling fame and stuff. Like, in songs like Clean Out My Closet where he, goes against his mom. And in the song, Everybody's Looking at Me, I know it wasn't in the album, but it was in the Kiss skit, and also the album was made around the time this album came out, so I think it was supposed to be in this album, but then it got cut last minute. But anyway, in that album, it talks about how he's always in the spotlight and stuff, and yeah, that's why it's on this list. It's not, like Thriller or anything like in the other albums, or in the next albums, but it's unsettling, and it's about, like, fame. Yup, that's right, guys. At number 3, we got 50 Cent's The Massacre. Now, it's at number 3 because, well, first of all, the name, it's literally titled The Massacre, which, could be Halloweenish. And, the reason why it's at number 3 is because, it talks about stuff like, danger, revenge, and survival. And yeah, and it talks about, being in the streets and stuff. And like songs like Ski Mask Way and stuff, talks about like violence, or most songs talk about violence and stuff. And yeah, this whole album is just like gritty, intense, and relentless. Like, talks about the streets. And so yeah, this album definitely belongs on the list, and it definitely belongs at number 3. Anyway, on to the next one. At number 2, we got the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem. Now, this is where, it really gets, spooky. This album is chaos. It's, Eminem's dark side of his, head. There's songs like Kim and Stan, where it's basically, horror stories. Like Kim, for example, it's basically all about him killing his ex-wife, which is absolutely crazy, and it's really haunting, you know? It's uncomfortable, raw, and unfiltered. And that's why it definitely deserves the number 2 spot. Anyway, let's get into the next one. Okay, guys, and at number 1, Eminem's Relapse. Now, this album is, you know, like really terrifying compared to the others. I mean, this is basically a horror movie if it was turned into like into an album, right? You know, every track is basically like a whole horror movie. Like songs like 3 a.m. and Same Song and Dance, they have a really messed up story, and basically it's like a serial killer wrote, you know, because like songs like 3 a.m. He's like killing people, and Same Song and Dance, it's about kidnapping girls, and it's perfect for Halloween, and it is basically darkness. It's unsettling, creepy, and yeah, that's why it's at number 1. Yeah, anyway, yep, outro. And here we are, all 5 albums lined up from the least scary to more scared, to the most scariest, I guess you can say, or most horrific. And these 5 hip hop albums show how dark rap can be, you know, from talking about loneliness and to, you know, basically just killing people and kidnapping people. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Anyway, have a great day, and happy Halloween.